Okay. So I watched a video this week and I thought a lot about you guys because I feel like we're all kind of hitting this like weird transition where we've all been doing this for a while and we've seen some growth. And then not that we're at a standstill at all, but I feel like we're kind of at this mental state of like, what kind of direction are we wanting to head into for the long run? And I had a big talk with Brooke this week actually, because she said, I feel like I'm not getting business builders and there's people that don't want to do the business. And she said, well, how are you leading? How are you like introducing Plexus? How are you? And I'm like, well, I feel like I've been more bold about, when we talk about the product, also mentioning that this is a fantastic business opportunity. And so she kind of redirected my focus and said, basically, if you want a full team of wholesale customers, that's kind of where you're heading. Like if you constantly talk about the product and like 5% of the time talk about the business, that's what you're going to have on your team. You're going to have a whole ton of people that either love the product and just quietly take it, or that love the product and maybe tell a few friends about it. But if you want this as a business, and so why would we want this as a business? Well, I think all of us here are here and are this far in because we love the product and we love the business, but doing this and going huge with it could make significant and huge changes for the dynamics and financial futures of our families. And so it is not just simply, we just want to share this product out of the goodness of our hearts. Now, those are the yellows, but those people there's still plenty of yellow diamonds, right? Because not only can they share with 10 people, they can share with 1,000 people. They can share and help 2,000 people and 10,000 people. And so whatever their goals or their motivations, whether they're doing it for the money or for the trips, that is like anything and everything they could want to do if they're at the top. If you're a giver, you can give to so much more if you're at the top. If you want this to change the dynamic of your family, like having financial and time freedom is completely up to you if you're at the top. But to get from here to here, I feel like as we're all like, okay, now what? And so I started watching some videos, and it was just really interesting to have this lady say that she led with everything for the business first. And if people weren't interested in the business, then she said, well, you may not be interested in this. You should check out our products because we also have fantastic products that could help everybody. And it's something that I haven't ever thought. I mean, we've all been leading with product, and how testimonials and how it can help people. But I thought that if we could be more, not just more direct with the business points. Somebody wrote, this girl that said, where's my notes here? Just something that she did as a group. And I thought it was interesting because kind of all of us kind of post whatever, and we don't really have a plan for posting. We just post every day for something. She said she put together something called Maximize Your Monday, Testimonial Tuesday, My Why Wednesday, Focus Friday. And that we can completely change that. But I think it would be awesome for us to have some direction with our posting where once a week we always post something about the business, and once a week we always post a testimonial. So it's not so haphazard, but we are consistent. And that means we're consistently weekly. So 52 times a year posting about the business at a minimum. 52 testimonials a year, 52, it's going to be, at least that. But maybe we could have some direction as a team as far as what we're portraying to people. And I'll have you guys watch the videos. I'll send them to you about what she did and how she did with the business. And she went to Emerald in 9 months, which is insane. If I told you today in 9 months you would have $100,000 in your bank account, we'd all probably pee in our pants because it's huge. But this business is not, if you've been watching, I watched people on Brooke's team when they were a gold and a senior gold who are now sapphire and emerald. I mean, this is not, as my brother says, there's a few key people that can make it to the top. That is not at all true because we are watching people who are deliberate, who are consistent, make it to the top. And they're no different from us. So the one thing that I read this week, I'm kind of jumping all over, is this guy did this talk about hunger. And that's something that I'd love to share with you guys. And so he said, in order to be successful at network marketing or anything you do in life, you have to be hungry. And so I thought a lot about hunger. And if you think about, people that are lost in the desert that are thirsty or that are hungry, you will literally do anything. You know, we joke about how we would never eat a random cow off the road. We would never eat, you know, like break a chicken's neck and kill it and eat it because it wigs us out, right? But if we are hungry, we will literally do anything. My mom said that she picked gum off the railroad tracks in Korea and she would chew it, and they would eat lizards and things like that off the side of the road because they were hungry. And she was raised during the Korean War in Korea, obviously. So if you think about hunger, it says ambition, thirst for whatever reason. It's that this guy said, the Les Brown guy, that's hilarious. He's got like the most infectious laugh. He's phenomenal on YouTube for motivation. He says, hunger releases the God force in you. It takes you to a place within yourself that you didn't know when you were operating within your comfort zone. But when you reach outside your comfort zone and stretch yourself and challenge yourself, because you've got to become someone you've never been, which is where we're at right now. All of us, this is so different from anything we've ever done. Hunger will inspire you to make a way out of no way. Hunger, even when life knocks you down, will help you get up. And he said, when the dream is big enough, the odds don't matter. So like we're saying, hey, only 10% of these people are actually going to become diamond. It actually doesn't matter. If you want it, it's yours. And you will find a way. Hunger knows that you will fail your way to success. And that is something that I think all of us in the last, 4 months or however long we've been doing it have found consistent growth and consistent like knocking us down, like a day that's like the best day possible, right? Like my friend got pregnant after 9.5 years. And then the next day, another friend's like, this is just not working. I know you're happy with it. And like just complete shutdown. It is like this emotional roller coaster of like success, hate it, success. Sorry, Shauna. Success, Melanie, I don't know what I was thinking. I just signed up for fun to support you, but I really don't care. My bad. Or, it's like exhausting because we just want to wrangle these people and be like, just take the product, like just stick with it. Or people that are financially struggling, we want to say, hey, are you serious right now? Like, to tell you guys full disclosure, my paycheck, and I had a bonus in there this month, May, was $2,600. I remember my first paycheck of $75, I was screaming in my house because I just got $75 into a bank account. And then at the end of this month, it said, you have been paid. And I'm like, okay, $50, $750. And I about fell on the floor because this is ridiculous. Like, it's still like half laughable that I have been working freelance on and off to be home with my kids for 10 years. And my high was like $15,000 a year. Like I would get 3,000, 0, 2,000, 0, 800, 0, 0, 0, 0. It was never consistent income. This year so far, just in Plexus, I have beat my highest like month of freelance. And freelance was like someone wanted to pay me 2,000 to do a job and I was screaming. Like, this is me screaming every single month saying, are you kidding me? Like, I am on a team of people that love, like, I love this work. I love working with people. I love working with you guys. It is probably the most fun and rewarding and self-motivating, like people are feeding you with motivation. And I've never had a corporate job ever that has been like, hey, Julia, let me pour some good into you. Let me help you feel better about yourself. Let me give you some motivation. Let me send you on this trip. Hey, if you do your marketing great this week, I'm going to buy you something. Never. I would get a Starbucks $50 gift card after making people thousands of dollars with my marketing. Thousands upon thousands. Thank you so much, Julia. Can I take you out to lunch this week? I'm like, are you serious? Because I'm working for other people. And this way I am working for myself. So the last couple things he said is the bottom that's overcrowded. And that's what I want you to think about. Chelsea told me that there are a ton of people that make it to Ruby and quit. Not quit altogether, but get to Ruby or senior Ruby, and they just chill there for years. Brooke told me this last week that most other teams look at our team and they go, you guys grow so fast. Typically, their goals are 1 rank a year. So their goal is to get to silver and be like, hopefully next year I can make gold. And we are like, what? No, we want like 2 to 3 to 4. Like what? I don't know. We're like, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, but we will work to try to make anything and everything happen because why not? Why there's no limit. I met a girl, a couple months ago that said, I hope I can get to to gold this year or to senior gold this year. A girl in Sacramento says she ranked Ruby, and then it's been like 8 months and she hasn't been able to re-rank senior Ruby, or she's senior Ruby, but she hasn't been able to get back up there. And now she's like halfway backwards. So I think you guys fail to realize how amazing you are in the first place, the fact that you are like persisting. And so I'd like to talk with some of our like good things that happened this month. Michelle, will you tell me how many PV you had?
Oh, God.
Top of your head?
Just had somebody sign up to order like 2 bags of the P96, and before that I think I had 758 PV, which is like, I looked at it and I was like, what? I mean, I'm kind of the small one trailing behind everybody, but like was that
that's
went
fantastic. That's huge, and that's amazing, because people are coming to Michelle and saying, I'll try it. She's been posting for months and months with like very little traffic, and her do you want to try it at my place got her so much interest that meant all those people were watching this whole time. Yeah. All those people were watching all those little posts and are curious. And then Shauna, what was your goal what happened this month?
Well, I went senior gold, but there were a lot of downs, so I'm just gonna focus on the senior gold. It was like, yeah, it is. It's true. We all have these ups and downs, but yeah, I love the support that we have, and that we can talk to each other and be like, okay, this happened. Okay, this happened. Oh, this happened. So yeah, let's just keep going, forging ahead.
Yep.
That's all we can do.
Mel, tell me a win from this month.
I told a friend that I've been wanting to talk to that about like, you should try Plexus. I think it could help you. She hasn't responded yet, but I still really went out on a limb to ask her because I was scared too. I didn't want to hurt the friendship or anything, but I realized I'm hurting by not asking her to invite her to do it. So.
And here's what, we always talk about, like, we don't know their finances. We don't know their why. We don't know anything. And so no one has to do this, but if they don't know about it. And so my whole of all of this, I've never heard about Plexus ever, ever, ever. And Brooke pulled some sneaky move that she probably learned about on like one of these like challenges, and went through one of our co-friends and taprooted into me. So she saw a friend that we had friends in common, and she started looking through her contacts, which is stuff that like we're just starting to learn to do. And she saw me, saw my Instagram, saw that I'd been to Hawaii, and was like, hey, how do you know Rachel? And I'm like, who is this lady? I'm like, oh, I know her through this. And then I remember specifically, she said, hey, co-find me on Facebook or something, or I'm going to friend you on Facebook. And I thought, right? But I don't know this girl. Why am I going to add her? And then I'm like, you know what? And I told her recently, I told myself, I'll add her for now, but if she's weird, I'm happy deleting her. And it was because of her and because of her posts that 3 months after that initial call, we like found our initial text threads. It took 3 months before I said, hey, tell me about this Plexus stuff. And I always say, if she hadn't posted, I still know nobody that has been using Plexus. Like personally, one of Jan's cousins said, hey, actually, I've been using it for a year, but she never posted about it. So I didn't know. I would have never known. I would never be making this income. I would never have had all of these health issues resolved for me or for my family. None of that. If she hadn't been consistent, and if she hadn't like gone on a super awkward limb, but still genuine and saying, hey, you look interesting. Maybe we have something in common. And so I've been more brave with doing that on Instagram with other stuff, just being like, hey, I like through adoption stuff, like I will go taproot to anything that looks interesting, and just say, hey, like, oh, I have 3 kids too. Like I have a blurb that I write. And what I've noticed is I used to just make it, hey, this is about myself on Instagram. And I've changed it to asking a question at the end. So I've changed it to tell me a little bit about yourself, because what we've learned in marketing is people want to hear about themselves. They want to talk about themselves. They don't want they don't want to hear your stuff. They want, go ahead, Shauna.
No, it just reminded me of something that I wanted to share with everybody. And it was something else that I learned this past month. And that was when people like your post, either on Instagram or Facebook, to actually follow up with them. Like, yep. I had never thought of that before. You know, I was always waiting for the people to comment or reach out. And it was an Instagram post, somebody that I haven't talked to in, I don't even know, 9 years. And she had liked a post about Joyome. And I did my little blurb reach out of like, thank you for the support, da-da-da. And through a couple conversations, she ordered the welcome pack with Joyome. So that was a huge win. She just ordered on the 1st of the month. So anyway, I wanted to share that because that was something I just started doing last month, of like paying attention to people that aren't in Plexus or haven't talked to them, and following up with them with a little, you know, blurb of just saying, thanks for the support. And it's really helped me with this, this, and this. Have you heard of Plexus? Yeah. And just like I've just been bold about it. So that was pretty cool.
And there's a whole, I think in Ohana, there's a whole Facebook video about this. If you guys are looking for that stuff, there's a ton of training. Sean and I are working on like a guide to when you have somebody new, what to do with them. We're working on like a lot of these are already in place. Brooke's like, make sure you don't overwork what's already been done. Make sure you try to see if we've already done it first. But just to give you guys a better guide of like, now I have somebody, now what? Or now this person's interested in sharing or wants to post, now what? How do I guide them? Where should I place them? Where should I direct them? And then Brooke made another point where she said, I was frustrated with another girl that dropped off. And she said, a lot of people will drop. And that's what I heard again today on this video. But the people that research it, the people that want it, if they want a way, they will find a way. And that's what Shauna did. That's what I did. And that's what all you three have done. That if you want, all you three, that's all the people I'm saying. I'm like, wait, are there 4? I'm counting myself. If people want a way, they will find a way. If they want a way to feel healthier and do it naturally, they'll find a way. They'll research. They'll find a workaround. They're not going to say, I have diarrhea, I quit. They'll say, what do I do? What do I do? Help me. I've got to figure this out because I'm tired of this other way. And that is going to be a very small number of people, but that it's going to change their world. And so I want to just encourage us to kind of rethink the business side. And I'm going to do some more research on this, but I want all of us, I think the thing that is missing a lot, sorry. Have you guys read this? Okay. Sean and I have read this. Mel, have you read this? No. Michelle, have you heard of this? Okay.
Heard. Yeah.
What we've been told is that if we want to do well at network marketing, it is like learning a whole new career, right? This is not just share with your heart and like hope it works. There's like strategic key things to say that make you not pushy, not salesy, all of those things. And this is a fantastic book to start with. So I would love for you to order this, and we're going to make this our book club. And next month we're going to talk about it. But I got the audiobook. Sean and I already had a big discussion on why I failed at this 3 times. I got the audiobook, and then instead of buying like a Kindle where I could mark, I bought this book because the audiobook was saying so much good stuff that I couldn't remember, that I'm like, I need this to literally circle and highlight exactly what to say, because this was like genius. Like, the common objection is, I don't have the money. I don't have the time. It's not my thing. I don't know anyone. I'm not a salesperson. How many times have you guys heard all that? All of it. All of us, we've heard it. And it says, you don't have the money? Do you have a cable bill? Do you have a cell phone? Do you go out to dinner? You have lots of money. Like, the way, like, you don't have time. How long do you want to have that reality in your life? You have to change it if you want your life to change. Like, there's so many things that say, when a person tells me blank, I respond with this. And you're like, oh, yeah. I usually respond with, oh, okay. Right? That's initially how you're like, oh, okay, I get it. I totally understand. You don't have time. I know, me. I'm super busy too. No, it's of course you have time. Like, where do you want the change? And so there's a lot of things that we're going to, I don't know, Sean and I are going to do a ton of brainstorming and like figuring stuff out in the next week as we go to convention. I have never been to convention, but I'm really excited. And I'm mostly excited because they pour into you at these things, and you show up. And at the thing last fall, Brooke's like, I just want you to see what type of a company this is. And I was incredibly impressed with the quality of the company, in that they will stand up and consistently say, earn more to do more. Good. Always earn more, get to the top. I want you to be up here, because with this, you have a voice, because with a voice and with money, you can do anything. You can change the world. And it's not to change your own world and to buy a boat. I mean, you can do whatever you want with it, but they don't push you to make money just to like be a fancy person with a fancy car. They want you to have money so you can do more good in the world, so you can change the world, so you can change lives of those around you, so that whatever your passions are, you can have full flexibility. And so I look at Michelle and I see time freedom and financial freedom. I see that you could live anywhere and anywhere, not because you had to, but because you wanted to, that you wouldn't have to work, that you could take your stuff with your kids and literally do anything and everything. And you're providing phenomenal opportunities. And what else could you do? Right. Yeah. And I look at Shauna and I know her dreams are to have her husband do what he is truly passionate about and not what he has to do to make money to feed the family. And that she has huge dreams for her family as far as literal financial freedom and what that would mean for her, and how that is not an opportunity by going down the street and getting a job and working your butt off for somebody else. This is so different from anything we've ever done. And Mel, I would love to hear yours. I'd love to have a call this week and find out more of your why. And I want you to really think about not just what this could do for your health, but what $100,000 in the bank could do for you. What $400,000 in the bank could do for you, besides blowing your mind, because we'd all be screaming and crying when that bank account hits, because of what it can do for your family. And we all have families, and we all have huge desires to help and take care of and provide. And it is a phenomenal desire, right? None of this is so that Sean and we do talk about getting massages, but our goal for all of this isn't so that we can look phenomenal, so that we can go buy fancy clothes, get massages. The first thing I've heard from all of you guys in your why in the past is for somebody else. It's for your family. And so that has to come with the hunger within you. And that has to release that God force in you, that whether hell or high water, I will be at the top of this company. And that's what I thought when I sat in convention, because those people get like little puffy things on the back of their seats that say like emerald and sapphire. They get like a folded seat cover. And I was like, ooh, I'm going to sit in that cushy seat. I'm not going to be in the back, because there are thousands that will always be silvers and thousands that will always be gold. And what can you do? Why is that not an option for you to rest there? Because you have a bigger why, and because people believe in you, and because you believe in you. And so I just want you to like take this business and this opportunity and just think bigger and tell yourself there's absolutely no reason why I can't be Brooke. Because Brooke is Brooke because she just kept going. Brooke speaks fantastically because she just kept doing it. Brooke had 150 friends on Facebook and is on a tiny island. And she is super shy and super quiet and really tiny. And she got a $2,000 gift card at Bloomingdale's and didn't spend it all because she's like, I don't even know what to buy. It's hilarious. Emily's like the opposite. Emily's like, give me 2,000, cha-ching. I will look fantastic head to toe. I can shop, no problem. And Brooke's like, does this look good? And she's like so conservative and so whatever, because it just doesn't matter, but it does matter to other people. So what you have appeals to everybody and any sense of anybody who can work and who wants something bigger. And so just for you, I would just encourage you to stretch yourself and reach outside your comfort zone and really decide like what you're going to do this year. Like write it down. Shauna, do you have your paper of like what your goal is? Can you show us? Where'd it go? There's that one. Do you have the little one that says like this person's silver, this person's silver, this person gold? Because I want you guys to see this, and then we'll hop off real quick. But I want you guys to go get that book. It's on Amazon. It's $11. Where'd she go? It's so hot today, guys. It's like 90 degrees in El Dorado Hills today. It's so hot. Okay, so Shauna basically, while she's looking for it, she mapped out her plan, and that is the best way. So she took a map and literally did like, Michelle, and did 3 legs. And
I'm sorry. I thought I was talking to you guys.
I know.
It's down here. I don't know.
Oh, there we go.
So I was just saying, like, is it backwards? So I had Mel on there thinking, senior gold. I know she's running for it. So lots going on there. And I just have everybody that's been sharing with friends and that I know can, share. And, I've got everybody that is supporting the team, Mel, Jody, Erin, Hannah, Jody, Courtney, all those people. But these are all my goals. So I say that is a huge thing too, is to lay that all out.
Yeah. Lay it all out. Really focus on like what you want, and what you want, you will have. Like that's the simple part of it. It's not like you'll try and you'll fail, because like I said, you'll try and you'll fail, and we will all fail over and over every week. Every day we'll probably fail at something, but we'll learn from it, right? And we'll learn to get better, and we'll learn to overcome it, and we'll learn to say, you know what? It just wasn't right for them. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who else can I help? Who else is it going to change the world for? I have somebody, the girl that got pregnant after 9.5 years hasn't posted. It's driving me crazy. Like they tried for 9.5 years. The first month, both of them on Plexus, she got pregnant. And I've been like subtly, not so subtly, like, you've got to post. This is amazing. She's like, I know. Nothing. We're going to have these people, but I can't like focus on her. I'm like, okay, that was amazing. And I figured out a way to post about her anyways. And I'm like, hey, on my Instagram, look what happened to my friend. I blurred out her name. This is why I do what I do. And I just kept going, and I'm keep searching. And it is hard. It is hard. I have no husband at home. I am a full-time mom. I feel like there's so many ways for me to say, I shouldn't even be doing this right now. This is ridiculous. I'm not going as fast as I like because I don't have anyone to help out with my kids, to take over like all the household duties. But I just fit it in as much as I can, and I forgive myself for what I can't do. But I think we just have to remember why we started, and not even like how we feel, but just what it means to help somebody and why that's a driving force. Like how it feels to truly help somebody and make that a driving force, not just to help the world, but to change people's lives. And changing people's financial futures is almost probably in many ways, I wouldn't say more than health, but it can be. Some people like better health, but like digestive issues they deal with. But if you suddenly put $50,000 into their bank account, it could change like generations. And then health is like their added benefit. So I know we say it's like health and happiness, right? It all goes hand in hand. But I just want you to think about maybe tweaking a little bit, tweaking your approach a little bit. And I'll try to put together something that we can kind of keep a schedule to make sure that we're hitting all these things. You know, like that every Monday we post about something and something and something to appeal to everybody. And that we're not just kind of like grabbing and saving and throwing up when and where we can, but it has a little bit more intention, and that we really focus on intentionally looking for business builders. Who could this help almost first financially? And then trying to figure out ways, and that's what I'm going to be looking for, ways to post it so it's still not pitchy, but it's still very organic and truthful. So it's not like, who wants to join my business? But it's, what a blessing I have to work from home. What a blessing it is to help people and get paid for it. Like just different ways of more naturally saying it, but also very directly, because there are people that are looking for work in a different way that have been running the gamut for years and would love anything to have something like this. So that's it. Do you guys have any questions or anything?
No, I just like having the weekly focuses. Direction. Just having things to be able to kind of focus on and to talk about during each day, or maybe just, you know, during a certain week, and find more developing things. Because I think that right now I do feel that way. I feel kind of scattered, like I'm learning bits and pieces here and there, and I don't really go full blown with it. So it's just kind of sitting there, and then I pick up another piece. And so it's really nice to be able to have something, you know, like you said there, maybe just focus on testimonials of people who are sharing and helping others and changing others' lives, and fully developing that focus at one time. And then others, you know, the health aspect. And because I don't know, life is so busy.
It is. And also pulling in the people that you love and letting them know your why. Like if you let people know an aspect of your why every week, I think that's huge, because people, then they're not just like, oh, she's just trying to make money. Well, everyone's trying to make money, but why? Like, of course we're trying to make money to take care of the people that we love, right? and to make a change. And it's not just about making money, because all, husbands go out and make money too, and nobody questions why they're working, which is annoying. But I feel like we come at this and they're like, she's just trying to make money off me. Well, so is my husband over there. He's also in the military earning money and making money to take care of his family. So but just reminding people of that. So we're going to read our book. I'm going to put together kind of like a base template that you don't have to follow, but if you feel like you're losing some direction, or you are forgetting to post about the business or your why during the week, this can help give you some focus. And then they're supposed to announce at convention. I have 6 minutes, 55 seconds left. They're supposed to announce at convention where Leaders Retreat is. Now, convention is like 11,000 people, and Leaders Retreat you have to earn. You can't just buy a ticket in. So it's about half the amount, or slightly less than half the amount of people. And it is a ton of leader training. All of these are fantastic, because we will meet in Brooke's room one night, or I'll be like, hey, everyone come to my room, and we will brainstorm. And just that in-person thing is so helpful, just in being a part of this business and seeing all these people that you've been seeing floating around on Instagram, to meet them in person on Facebook is really, really fun too. So I would encourage all of you guys, they're going to have a contest, and they do this every year, where you have to earn your way to Leaders Retreat. And I'm pretty sure if you earn your way in, you also get an additional guest pass, and then you can invite somebody else. So I would encourage you, whether or not you can make it, first try your best to make it. It'll be like late October. Last year it was like the 21st. It's usually similar, like Thursday to Sunday. But I would encourage you to really go for it and try to make it, because I need you guys to be at an event. I would like you to be, to really just see what this company is about, because it will really change the way that you look at your business and seeing the potential and what kind of company this is. I was like very impressed, just sitting obviously way in the back. And I went as barely a gold, I think. And I was just kind of like, I don't even know what I'm doing here. It's kind of a big thing. Everyone's dressed up. There's Plexus stuff everywhere. I felt really overwhelmed, but I sat down in those meetings and I left there just being like, dude, this company is legit. And then I talked to somebody else who was like, oh, I was an emerald, and then now I'm a senior ruby, but I have 2 diamonds ahead of me. And I'm like, whoa, that's not happening. Like, you realize that if you don't spread far and wide, if my whole love is Shauna, that Shauna can surpass me and go to diamond. And if I don't have other people working the business, I can start going backwards, and Shauna can keep growing. Michelle can keep growing. But if I don't spread far and wide, if everything's under one leg, you can't grow, and you won't stay at the top, because you have to always have people outside your like fastest growing leg sharing. And so that's why I think we really need to be more intentional about the business first and product second. And just really approaching people and talking to people, just finding ways for it to be really natural and genuine. And that's what we're going to be working on brainstorming for you guys, because we want business builders. Yeah.
I was just going to say, Mel, can you share a little bit at the beginning when you came to the Sip and See? Because I don't feel like I really pushed the business on you. I think you were probably one of the first people that I even mentioned it to. But you just grasped on and was like, oh yeah, I'm going to share this. So
it was a perfect storm, I think, because right around then there was a special. If you got silver, there was
the double special. Yeah.
And then there was a special for super silver where if you got halfway there, it was. So I just kept trying. I like goals, I guess.
Yeah.
Competitiveness, maybe. I don't know. Lucky. And there was one of our mutual friend had reached out, and Sean was like, why don't, you're real good friends with Maureen. Why don't you take her? So I think her kind of allowing someone to come on my team and join me that maybe I wouldn't have done at all helped. So if there's somewhere close in there where someone's really close to someone else, maybe saying, why don't you mentor them or coach them? It might be a way to get them in the business part of it.
Yep. I definitely feel like getting people involved makes a huge difference. Making somebody lead somebody else will make them more invested, hands down, every time. because they are not just taking it and watching. They are now in charge of somebody else, which, just leads them to being more invested. So I love that story. That's great. Well, I know it's late. Someone snuck in my room.
Hi, Naraya. Hi.
She's always like, how do they know my name? I'm like, Shauna knows you. But then she'll be like, are you talking to Shauna? Okay. Anyways, it's going to cut off in 2 minutes, but I just wanted to say I love you guys. I am so grateful that we're all on the same team. I love it because it doesn't feel like I have workers. It feels like it's not workers, it's coworkers. Like it is equal. We're all working together for the same purpose. And that's something that I love. It's not like there's technically like a sponsor, but the reality is we're all working together and we can't do this without each other. I love the support from you guys. I love just the love, the accountability, the way that if you guys are pushing, I'm pushing. If I'm pushing, you guys are pushing, that we all really work together to figure this out, because half of us are like, what are we doing? And then we just keep going. But because of that, we're growing into what one day will be a team, and you guys will be at the top of this team. And I love that because you stuck through so many hard times and are still coming out at the top, and it'll be hard again. And then you'll keep coming out on top. So just keep persisting, and I love you. And we'll keep you in touch with everything that we're doing in June and everything that we learn next week. There's supposed to be a new product. We're supposed to learn some more stuff. So we will let you know everything as soon as we hear it. Okay?
Awesome, guys.
Good night.
Night.